is it even my child? So we had to wait. We did the paternity test. I usually tell men, please do the paternity test. Women always have a type. I'm arrogant as shit. I believe my taste is supreme. I don't necessarily like that my son is as sensitive as he is, but it's who he is. I fell in love with my son. Like, I love this innocent. I want to protect this. I want to provide for this innocent creature. I want to be a better man. I want to be a better father. To go from being a piece of shit to having this, it's a blessing I don't deserve. Maybe this is a way for me to even redeem myself.
Yeah. Hello guys, welcome to the Ideal Parenting Podcast. I'm your host, John Boro. On this podcast, we provide a platform where parents can come, share what they've been through, their challenges, and just everything real talk about parenting, whether you're planning to be one or whether you are a parent. This is the platform for you to learn a thing or two. So we're gonna get right into our first guest and have a very interesting conversation about being a single father.
Hi, my name is Chim. Actually, I should be saying hello. My name is Chim. I have a lot of names. I usually just truncate it to Chim. Chim Chai. I'm the guy that founded actually Mpasho. Got asked, move on. Now I do my own thing.
Yeah.
Was also an integral part of the team with Gafla. Now we are trying to do what we can to pay Ruto his taxes. I have two YouTube channels. Should I say two? Like, it's part of our network of channels. Is the Crib Sheet. That is about single parenthood. So single mothers discussing their experiences, struggles, triumphs of single parenthood. Single mothers sharing. I represent single fathers. More often than not, you'll find single fathers are like you're co-parenting, right?
Yeah.
We've had widower divorcees who've had their kids who won custody, right? On the channel. So there's that. Then I also do another podcast that's basically masculinity related. It's called Based, the Based Podcast, the best podcast here.
So I'll link all those in the description box so that you can go follow, support his channel.
Awesome. Yeah. Also, they guys usually say, I'm a husband, father, me. No. Me, I'm just me. I am. I have a wife who's very lucky to have me.
Wow.
Yeah, and I guess with the kids, that's essentially me now. A nutshell.
Okay, so you have two kids, a son and a daughter?
Yes.
A son and a daughter. Who's the first one?
My son, Kadari.
Yeah.
Chimwani Hasiani. His mother chose the name Kadari. She refuses to call him by my name. I don't know why.
We'll get into that maybe. So maybe you can start us off with telling us your journey to fatherhood. How did you become a father? Did you plan it? Have you always wanted to be a father?
So my journey into fatherhood, it was unplanned. I was unhappy. I was distressed. However, very rarely do you find, unless the couple is married, will the man be ecstatic about becoming a father, right? So what happened was, I was told, babe, we are pregnant. Like, we? I didn't know you speak French. We? There's no we. We? But my son came, and it wasn't really a difficult, like the whole process of childbearing was not too difficult. So as I was saying, in terms of finding out that I was going to have a son, I was going to be a father, it was not the easiest. Most men, when you get told, as long as you're not married to the mother, when you're told, oh, I'm pregnant, it's almost like panic, sirens going off in the brain. I was not happy. I fought the idea. Also, add to this the fact that I did not have a responsible father around. Right? So, you're coming from, when you hear Rolling Stones gather no moss, they gather children. Rolling Stones gather children. And my father has a lot of children. A lot. And I believe the youngest is like the age of my daughter now, like maybe 7, 8. Yeah, maybe. Wait, she was about 3 in 2000. So +5. That's the age of my daughter, yeah? Yeah, roughly.
She's 8.
Roughly. We are many.
Yeah.
I'm the only boy, the only male that he got. But anyway, neither here nor there. I did not have a great role model for fatherhood.
Father, yeah.
So being told, oh, you're going to be a father, it's scary.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, I'm going to be a father. What's that?
How old were you?
I wasn't young. I was 25.
Okay, yeah, that's really young.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, I was young.
I mean,
was
25. At 25, you will look at what I was doing. I was partying. So I'm not ready to be a father or a parent at that age.
What was happening in my life at that time, we had just, the guy I worked with, is called Samuel Majani. He had just set up Gafla. It was just finally taking off, right? So I'm in this position where it's like, I'm not exactly with their mother, but I'm with her. But I'm with others because, my career is taking off. So it's like, I'm 25. What do you think I'm doing at 25 with a bit of money in my pocket?
Yeah.
I'm sleeping around.
Yeah.
Right? Then I get a call. I get told, we need to talk. I'm like, that life, we need to talk. It's like, okay, cool. So there are problems here.
Yeah.
And I'm told, I'm pregnant. Like, huh? I mean, congratulations to you and whoever the father is. It's like,
wow.
No. Like, bro, you're the father.
Yeah.
So I went through the whole fear of, first of all, now at this point in time, I'm about to become a father. Then it becomes paternity anxiety. It's like, is it even my child?
Yeah.
Is it even my child? So we had to wait. We did the paternity test. I usually tell men, please do the paternity test. Women always have a type. You'll find your replacement looks a lot like you, just doing better in life than you. But yeah, I did the paternity test. He's my son. And then my son is born and he's not crying.
Okay.
And he's born with a what would you call it? Like a blood spot in his eye. It's like, even the doctors were like, okay.
Yeah.
He's not crying. He's struggling to latch on to the breast to feed.
Yeah.
Like, you have to direct his head, like really direct his head. That's when there's a doctor who came, was like, okay, so this is not normal.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's an issue here. Fast forward to he's gotten home. I still have to deal with the. Am I allowed to cuss?
Yeah, you can cuss.
Yes, so I'm dealing with the ramifications of being a fuck boy who is now a father.
Yeah.
Who didn't have a father. Who has to now be a father. Like, I know that's a lot of mambo jumbo, but that's everything going on in my mind. It's like, cool. So, what is a father? I don't know. Right? Then, I mean, my mother was okay, so you'll be okay, yeah? You got this, yeah? You got this, you got this, yeah?
Yeah.
Right, so cool, I'm out. It's like, no, there's no I'm out. Like, the baby's here.
Yeah.
You need to step up. I'm not going to tell you those stories. There are a lot of men who will tell you that story for, I looked into my baby's face and I was like, I just knew I have to be a man for.
Yeah.
Nah.
That was not the case for you.
Nah. I'm like, yo, homie. I've spent my 1 hour with him. We're good. Cool. I'm going home to shower. I have a party to get to. Right?
Yeah.
I have a party to get to. There are celebrities, there are socialites, there's liquor, there's everything that I felt was success.
Doing at 25.
Yay.
Yeah.
Right? So then I also, let me say I got a mentor, someone who sort of helped me calm down. It was like,
Okay.
at the end of the day, bro, you can do all this, but you need to understand all of this is fleeting. That baby is not. All of this is fleeting, is vanity. It sounds like I'm about to start singing a reggae song. No, it's vanity though. It's like these kids, like the child you have is the one thing that will be a testament to your legacy.
Yeah.
I forgot to mention one person. Oh my God. Hope she'll forgive me. My mother. My mother was adamant. You will be in that baby's life. My mother was adamant. My mother would help me figure out, even when I'd ended up drinking all my money, everything. My mom would be like, "Aye, cool, I'll cover you." Like, you know how in the family it's almost like, "I'll cover your nakedness," right? My mother would do that.
Okay.
But we'd still have conversations. And I got to a point where I realized it's almost a point where you resent this child because why am I being forced to father the child?
Yeah.
I didn't have a father. Or my father was a fuck nigger. I'm a fuck nigger. I mean, it's karma, baby boy. You'll be a fuck nigger. It just is, right? And my mom is like, no, this chain only breaks and it breaks with you. It breaks with you, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, my friends, I have a friend called Geoffrey Mbudia. I call him Zola, Zolani. Zolani means peace in Zulu. This girl's a great friend. This girl's like, nah, like, whatever you need, don't call me to hang out. Don't call me to party. Don't call me to do drugs. Call me when you need something for the baby. He's my baby's godfather. Right? And I did that almost selfishly because I'm like, I mean, nigga, you're offering yourself. Fantastic. Go me.
Yeah.
And then you mature a bit.
So what was your turning point? Because yes, you were a fuck boy, you didn't want to be a father. What made you turn around and actually want to be active in this child's life?
Yeah, so this baby seems to genuinely like me. He doesn't like me for what I can do for it, for him. He doesn't like me for who I am at that point in time. This baby genuinely likes me. He lights up. Keep in mind he's autistic.
Yeah.
But he can recognize, I don't know if I mentioned that. I'm sorry. My son is autistic. Right?
Yeah.
And he hears my voice and he lights up. Like, he genuinely gives me a smile. If you know anyone that's autistic, you know how special that is. 'Cause autistic people don't really know how to read the room or emotions.
Yeah.
Right? What it is what it is. If I'm angry, I'm angry. I don't know how to hide it. If I'm happy, I'm happy. I'd be passing by like, I have diapers. Shout out to a cousin of mine again, Arunga. Arunga would give me a whole bale of diapers, like a whole bale. It's like I bring them and the boy hears my voice and he smiles. And I'm like, huh. So maybe I'm not POS. Maybe I can be more.
Yeah.
Because all through my life, I knew I'm going to be a POS, then transition into an
What is
elder.
POS?
I'm going to be a piece of shit. I'm going to be a scumbag and then transition into being an elderly bachelor.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
But the way the boy smiles at me, I'm almost like, okay, cool. So maybe there's more here for me in terms of fate than it's just fuck around and die.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys. I know I cuss a lot. I mean,
It's okay.
we're having a frank conversation. But that was essentially my thought pattern. I'm 25. At this point, I'm 26. I'm like, cool. Because he was born when I was transitioning to 26. So I'm like, cool. So maybe there's more to this life than me just, I was born, I lived, I fucked around, and I died.
Yeah.
You know? Maybe this is a way for me to even redeem myself.
Yeah.
Yeah? And that boy has the most amazing smile. You guys have no idea. He has the most amazing smile. But yeah, I'm talking to this guy To my son, actually. I remember talking to my son. I've started that story in the middle. I'm talking to my son. I'm realizing, I'm like, why? Why?
You're
Why?
actually asking your baby, infant baby, why?
Why?
You are alone?
Yeah, I'm probably drunk out of my mind. I've come out from a Friday night bender, Thursday, Friday night bender, Saturday morning. I'm like, hey, cool. I still can't sleep. I've not yet crashed. Let me pass by the boy's house, the boy's mother, spend some time with the boy, and then move on. I remember it's like, why? Why? And all he cared about was trying to grab me. And when I picked him up, he just hugged me and held me. And keep in mind, at this point, it's like a couple of months, maybe. And he's autistic. And I remember looking at him like, this innocent thing, this innocent thing actually genuinely loves me. Okay.
So your child was actually the turning point of your life of wanting to be a different person, not to
He
just be
was
a
two
fuck
things.
boy.
Two things intercede at this point. Number one, showing me how damaged I was in my upbringing, but also number two, showing me that maybe I don't have to keep being damaged in my upbringing.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, so let me explain. You women will say, I met him, I loved him, he showed me a love that I never knew existed. That's my son. That is my son. He showed me a true, genuine love that was like, yo, I'm a scumbag. I make no excuses for it. I'm a scumbag. But it's like, maybe I can be more than just a scumbag.
Yeah.
Yeah? Maybe I can be more than just mpitanjia. Right? And I remember just falling in love with him, not when he was born, but afterwards when I realized, number one, I'm damaged, and yet this guy still looks at me like,
You're everything.
yeah, yo, yes, yes. So I guess that's the story with my son. With my daughter,
Now, just before we go to that, because I'm sure when your daughter was coming around, maybe things were different. How long did it take you to, how many months or years did it take you to get to a point where you now actually actively want to be a better father, if we may say so? You
I
want,
wanted to be a better father. I think from the point where I fell in love with my son, it was almost like, no, that's the point where, you know, and as I was saying earlier, when guys say, I saw my son since I said I want to be a,
Yeah.
no, mine was, I fell in love with my son. Like, I love this innocent, I want to protect this, I want to provide for this innocent creature, right? I fell in love with him. Then at that point, I was like, okay, so I want to be a better man, I want to be a better father.
yeah,
But Rome wasn't built in a day.
yeah,
You know, Rome was not built in a day.
that's for sure.
Yeah. So, you know, I kept doing my dirt, but at the back of my mind, the trigger has already been pulled.
Yeah.
It's just the bullet hasn't hit the mark, right? But the trigger has been pulled. So everything is already in progress.
Yeah.
Hey.
Something else I would really like to know, especially because you came from a point where you didn't want to be a dad. And then you find that your son is not what most people expect. He's autistic. How did you feel once you saw that?
Oh, yo, I'm arrogant. I'm arrogant as shit. I believe my taste is supreme. Like, if I tell a woman I think you're beautiful, I don't care what the next man says. My taste is supreme. If I tell someone I think this shoe is it,
Yeah.
I don't care what the next man says. My taste is supreme. I saw my son, picked up my son. I was like, yeah, I love this little thing, this little creature.
Yeah.
At that point, he had even stopped looking like, you know, the way babies are born, they look like naked rats.
Yeah.
He had stopped looking like a naked rat, meaning his features had started to sink in. Maybe 2-3 months in, 4 months in. And I remember looking at him and I was like, hey, we are going to have issues, but this is mine.
Yeah.
This is mine. And as I said, again, the intersection, raised, damaged, realize you're damaged, but you're still worthy of affection because this little man is looking at me like I'm worthy of affection, right? At that intersection, I'm like, okay, cool. I can see you're going to have a problem. He didn't used to, like, he really didn't used to cry. Like, it would take a lot to make him cry.
Yeah.
Right? It would take a lot to make my son cry. So we could already see he was challenged.
Yeah.
Even his milestones came late. But ultimately, I was like, okay, so what will the next man tell me that I'd care to listen to?
Yeah.
Right? What will the next man tell me that I'm like, oh my God, your son is autistic? I don't care. It's my son. It's absolute. He comes from absolute stock. He is absolute. He's supreme. And I know it can be very off-putting. Different people have different coping mechanisms. There are people who will say, I saw my son was autistic and I had to go hold myself in a corner, No. Bruh, that was never my story. My story was simple. He came from me. He's from my stock. He's supreme. End of story. Say otherwise, get slapped. And we move on. I don't know how to do diplomacy. I don't know how to do, I care for your, you know how everyone tells you, there's the truth, my truth, and your truth?
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck your truth. This is my truth.
Yeah.
Everything else doesn't really matter to me. My son comes from supreme stock. So my daughter got the best of her mother and the best of me in this regard. My daughter is really intelligent, just like her mom. Her mom was actually a newspaper for KCSE back in our day. I won't say the year, because then she'll get upset because I'm exposing her age, the way women are with their age.
Wow.
But my daughter is smart. My daughter is the bridge between us, or me, and her brother. My daughter will tell me, you see the way he's crying, Papa? He wants this. I hold it out and give it to him. Sure enough, that's what he wanted. My son is nonverbal.
Yeah.
He cannot talk. So he can maybe type out a word, but he can't really vocalize it, right? That's not a sad thing. It's life. It's life, yo. It's life.
No, it's not
he
a
loves
sad thing. Yeah.
typing words. He loves numbers. He loves numbers. Unfortunately, in Kenya, we don't really have a lot of facilities that allow us to really nurture autistic individuals.
Yeah.
But in terms of my daughter, I called her Shanisa. Shanisa is an aunt of mine we don't really get along with, but I respect the hell out of this lady. This woman is intelligent. She is a force of nature. Again, I don't get along with her, but she's a force of nature. And I named my daughter after her for that reason. I want my daughter to be a force of nature. With a father to guide her, channel the energies in a certain direction. But my daughter is intelligent, and I'd like for her to become a force of nature. That's why I called her Shanisa. Now, with Shanisa, intelligent girl, very popular among her friend group. Shanisa will always come back home and try and find out, how is Kadari doing? Papa, I've gone to play with my friends. I've come to check on Kadari. That's when I have them.
Yeah.
Papa, Kadari is hungry, but he does not like this. Get this instead. The mom and I will talk, and it's like, so Kadari eats 1, 2, 3. Jari will be like, yeah, Papa, give him this. I noticed the other day he likes it. Give it to him. Sure enough, he eats it. He has texture sensitivity with food. But he eats it. And I look at her and I'm like, or my son, all my children are lactose intolerant. I'm lactose intolerant. My father is West African. He gave me the lactose intolerance. I passed it forth. I passed it forth. But my daughter likes cake. Even if it'll mess with her, she likes cake. Kadari will see that. You know what he'll do? I want some cake. Simply because I want to share in her joy. Sometimes being happy means seeing someone I love happy. I hear that's what you people say. And I see it in my children.
Yeah.
Shanisa will give Kadari fries. He hates fries. She'll give him fries and he'll eat simply because it's my sister that gave me. When I have to correct Shanisa and I yell, guess who starts crying? Kadari. And Kadari is like, yo, why are you yelling at my sister?
Yeah.
And Shanisa will come and tell me, no, don't yell at me. Not because of me. Kadari does not like when you yell at me, and she'll come and hug Kadari, and they'll cry together, and she'll be like, yo, there. It's beautiful. I can't take credit for that. That's their mother. That is their mother. I don't necessarily like that my son is as sensitive as he is, but it's who he is. He will just type on the phone crying, and I'll be like, why are you crying? And it's like, sad. He just types sad. And he'll cry, and I'll hold him, and Johari will have been playing outside, and she'll come inside, see us, and join us, and we'll hug, and my wife will come and see that and be like, okay, cool, let me give you guys maybe some hot chocolate or something.
Yeah.
I'm blessed. I am blessed. To go from being a piece of shit to having this, it's a blessing I don't deserve. I'm not blind to that fact. It's a blessing I don't deserve. I have, no homo. I have strong women around me who make life so much better despite my lack of deserving, my lack of worthiness for these gifts. I have a mother of my children who is not... People usually have back and forth with the mother of their children. I don't have that. I'm not saying we don't disagree. Lord knows we do. She is who she is. I am who I am. Lord knows we do. But I was given the space to grow into being a father without resentment. Thank you, Ruth. Thank you so much. I was given the space, and I'm saying this again, to grow into being a father without resentment, because it didn't come easy to me. Already broken, and then being who I am, being wired as I'm wired.
That's beautiful.
She was there. It wasn't easy for her, and my mom was there with her for her. But it wasn't easy for her. And yet she allowed me to sort of grow. You know the way a tree can start meandering, and then eventually it's like, cool. I know I need to get the sun. Let me start growing, right?
Yeah. Wow.
My wife also gave me the space to be like, okay, cool. Yes, you're my guy, and I want your time and probably your babies, but I will respect the fact that you already have children. You already have babies. And I'll do what I can to make it as easy as possible that when we're in the house together, it's not a matter of your children. It's their children now. She won't go as far as to say, yo, our children, but their children in the house.
Yeah.
Let us act right? Like their children, I can be sensitive without necessarily trying to play the mother role. I can be nurturing without necessarily growing to resent them.
Yeah. That's a very interesting statement you've said, that she's not going to go to the extent of saying my children. Is that a discussion you had to have, or does it just...
I don't leave things to chance. We had it, but it's a lot. Keep in mind, I've dated other women.
Yeah.
Right? Me, I'm a bastard. I'll date a woman today, tomorrow. So I forgot to mention, I have children. They are my children. Like, I throw you in the deep end. Let's see how you... Because I need you to let me know what role you're willing to play.
Yeah.
Some people want to play the fuck buddy role. It's cool. There's no problem with that, right? Some will show you right off the jump, I'm here for the long haul.
Yeah.
Right? I'm grateful that even with the lady who eventually became my wife, in as much as she was shocked, she quickly adapted and was like, cool. I'm probably here for the long haul, so let's see where this goes. I will play my part. I will do right. And she always tells me, like, if you screw me over, it's not on me. That's another thing, that I should have noted. My wife comes from a very balanced family. Actually, I learn a lot of the whole family value from my wife. Because she's very, very grounded, very family oriented. grew up with a father who was caring, who covered his family, grew up with a mother that was nurturing. She has two brothers. Like, she grew up knowing this is what a family should look like, this is what a marriage should look like. She knows even how to correct someone like me. Because don't get me wrong, I get checked. Yeah?
Now you listen. Right now you.
Oh no, she learned how to check me. We don't do the whole. Anyway, she learned how to check me. Like,
Okay.
it's not. To you, it won't look like she's checking me. To you, it look like, yo, we are going toe to toe, like we're butting heads.
Okay.
But that's what I need, and she learned that, and that is not who she is.
Yeah.
My wife is an introvert, very soft spoken.
Wow.
But she realized, yo, sometimes I need to butt head with this asshole for him to actually realize what I'm saying. If I don't, nothing is getting through to him.
Yeah.
Right? Nothing is getting through to him. I wouldn't have it any other way. That works for me. Might not work for the next man. Find out what works for you, you know.
Yeah.
But it works for me. And my daughter loves her. My daughter loves my wife. They can be girly together. They like, let's do the whole nails, let's do the whole trying to look pretty and all. My daughter is not allowed to do makeup yet, but let's do the whole looking pretty and all, you know.
Yeah.
Even up to the point where I began a sort of journey trying to figure out Christianity and me. My wife was very supportive of it. My friends have been very supportive of it. So again, I'll say this. I am the product of a blessing that Lord knows if I didn't have the people I have around me, I would have been nothing but distraction and chaos, you know?
Yeah.
So we thank God. Hey.
So we skipped over a bit because you were talking about when your daughter came,
Ah, my bad.
you felt trapped. So what happened that you felt entrapped, or what changed? At what point did that change up to the point where you now started like...
I felt trapped for a very long time. Actually, I was in denial for a very, very long time. Very long time. So when my daughter came about, first thing I did was try and put some distance between me and
the mother,
the mother of my children. Until we got to a point where it's like even when I can't get my kids, I won't enter your house, bring them to the gate. I'll get them. If you have to get them, don't enter my house.
Okay.
Get them from outside, right? Like, it was not the best. I was very unhappy. And when my daughter was born, it didn't help matters that she seemed to look like a guy that the mother used to work with.
Oh, okay.
I kid you not. And she was born with a whole afro. My daughter was born with a whole afro. And I remember looking at her like, my nigga, no one in my family has, like, what? This is beautiful hair. Like, if you were to see my hair as it is, yo, I do not have beautiful hair. What? No. Until like maybe 3 months in, then the features started to set in. I was like, I think that's my nose. Hey yo. Yeah, I think those are my ears, huh? Those are my ears. Oh my God. Again, another paternity test. Then I was like, okay, cool. So she's mine. Okay, cool. She's mine. Also, if you're cheating, you assume your partner is cheating.
Yeah.
I was fucking around, so I mean, what do you think my assumption was?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was very unhappy until it got to a point where I was like, and my daughter knew. She could sense my energy. The way I said my son was very affectionate to me, she was not. She disliked me. I'd be around and she'd be like,
should cry.
I was like, yo. Like, I've literally just walked in, picked up my son, and said, hi. And she's crying already. What? And it took, like, even after my energy had changed, it took her quite a while to adjust to my new energy. My daughter just did not like being around me. It was like, yeah, I can sense. I know what you were insinuating, fuck nigga. I know. But eventually got to a point where it's like, okay, cool. You're my daughter. I don't want, I have to get to know you. I have to get to know you. And you are everything I ever envisioned my children being. Intelligent, outgoing. Like my daughter is me in the oh my God. Oh fuck, my daughter is me in the female form. Fuck. I hope she gets a lot from her mother, cause goddamn.
You don't want her to turn out like you. The bad
Anyway,
the
she
side
got-
of you that you're scared of.
Yeah, she got the best of me and the best of her mother. Fuck. Very outgoing, jovial. Oh God, very manipulative. Fuck.
Pray over her. You said you're on your journey with God. Do you pray over them?
I do every day. We pray, my wife, for everyone. God damn, my daughter is like me. Yeah. So hey. You know, I was a terrible child to my mother. I gave that woman problems. I gave my mother problems. Anyway, the mother is strong. She got this. You got this, yeah? You got this, yeah? Anyway, I'm joking. Joking. Yeah, so we work together to deal even with behavioral issues. If the mother notices something, she'll warn me and be like, this is your week. Know that this and this. Johari has taken up this behavior, this and this and this. Watch out for it. Or, you know, I'll tell her, oh, I've had Jojo for this week. I've had Shanisa Jojo. Yo, she has like 3 different names, yo. Like, I mean, I have like 8, so you sort of learn to just rotate through them, knowing that you're referring to the same person.
Yeah.
Jojo, Shanisa, Johari, it's all the same. I call her Shanisa, but the mom calls her Jojo. Everyone else calls her Jojo. She asked me to call her Shanisa, by the way, which I found brilliant. Yeah, so Shanisa is like, or Jojo is like, she was like this when she was over in my place for a week. What do you think about that behavior? We talk.
Okay, before that you were like, bring them to the gate, don't come into my compound. What did you guys do to get into a good co-parenting situation? What did it take?
I've grown to believe, like with a lot of things in life, eventually this runs its course. It's like bacteria in the system. As long as it didn't kill you, it'll eventually run its course. It didn't kill us.
Yeah.
It ran its course. And you come back stronger knowing this issue was there. We dealt with it before. It's now repeated. It's not as scary.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how us guys look at it.
Okay, because I'm sure there are people who are trying to navigate this co-parenting situation. And they've probably been doing it for years, but there is still anger. They can't communicate without an intermediary. Did you guys have to use an intermediary before?
No, just be real. Here's what I usually tell guys when we talk about co-parenting. Just be real. What I mean by just be real is you need to accept who you are before you can accept who the other person is. I'm hoping you'll eventually have the mother, my children here. She'll have a lot more, because what I've done is given you the introspection of an asshole transitioning into fatherhood.
Yeah.
She'll be able to give you now the whole motherhood journey. Like, she's also a very balanced individual, so a very balanced outlook into that. I was with an narcopath transitioning into co-parenting with him and trying to make it as healthy as possible.
Okay.
She'll be able to give you that, right? All I can do is tell you this introspection worked for me. Here's why it worked for me. I had to accept that sometimes dealing with me is not easy. It really isn't easy dealing with me.
Yeah.
Right? So when you see people react in a certain way, you begin to realize maybe it's not because of who they are as much as it is them adapting to who I am.
Yeah.
So we are interacting, right?
Yeah.
When you start to become an asshole, I have to then take a step back and be like, maybe it's not because that is who you generally are, but it's because of who you have to become to interact with me. When you begin to realize that, you begin to be like, okay, cool. Maybe the mother of my kids is difficult because I did something that led her into this outcome.
Yeah.
Maybe the father of my children It's difficult because I'm crazy. I just seem to have a lot of unresolved issues that I take out on him as a punching bag. When you begin to notice this, then you're able to now take a step back and be like, yeah, I'm being crazy. You'd be surprised how many times I'll tell my wife or even the mother of my kids, I'm like, yo, I need to take a step back. I'm being crazy. Like, I know it's me. I'm being crazy. I'm taking a step back. I'll figure it out. I'll be back. Right? And it helps knowing that door will always be open. Once I'm done figuring it out, I can come back. When I lost Mpasho, it was a beating to my ego. I was a shell of a man. A shell of a man. And it got to a point where it was almost like, whether or not I felt it was rightfully so, I had to own every action that I took that was a step in this outcome, in the direction of this outcome. Then you're able, and only then are you able to move on, right? And talk about it, joke about it, and move on. Now I can say I'm genuinely healed. But the people around me had to deal with that wounded animal.
Yeah.
They had to deal with a guy who's like, yo, I thought I knew who I was. I was King Midas, right? Turns out now anything I touch turns to shit. And internalizing that, you see, like I said, people interpret different stimuli differently. For me, losing that, I interpreted it as I'm just not worth anything.
Oh, wow.
My ego, my self-esteem took a beating, like a serious beating, right? And it got me to a point where I was doing things, number one, to try and reclaim that spot, right?
Yeah.
Number two, I'm putting myself in situations I shouldn't be in simply because I don't think I'm worthy of anything. So it's like, what do you think that was like for the mother of my kids?
Hard.
It was difficult. It was difficult seeing me with the kids and I'm doubting myself. I don't know what to do. I'm panicking or I'm just frozen in, it's called analysis paralysis. Am I supposed to do this? Am I supposed to do this? At the end of the day, at the end of the week, nothing has been done. Right? That's a problem. That's a big problem. But I had to get to a point where I realized, okay, cool, this is what I'm doing. This is how I'm poisoning the well. I need to stop. Only I have the antidote, right? Once you realize that, it makes things a lot simpler to deal with.
So did anyone help you get to that point?
Yeah, so as I was saying, it's like the people around me, my best friend, godfather of my children, great guy, great guy. I know a lot of you people are good people and you have garbage people around you. It balances out because me, I'm a garbage person and I have nothing but good people around me. So yeah, he helped me figure it out. Even from a masculine perspective, it's like, listen, bro, yes, you're down. Like, we are not going to joke about it. You're down for the count. You'll be counted out. You will figure it out. You will come back to fight another day, right?
Yeah.
Mother of my kids trusted me knowing this guy loves the kids enough to figure it out and be back, right? I don't mean be back in the sense that I was gone for a year. No. I mean, like, give him some space. Yes, he has the kids. He's a bit wonky. He's doing some things. As long as he does not endanger the kids, he'll figure it out, right? My wife, the lady who eventually became my wife, because at that time she was one of many that I was seeing.
Yeah.
But the one that I chose, the reason I chose her was, again, she was there, just those ones of, I mean, this is clearly beyond my pay grade, but I will stick around because I trust, in as much as you are you, I've seen you treat me well enough for me to know this too shall pass.
Yeah.
This too shall pass. Because that was the lowest of the low for me. It wasn't even when the kids came. It wasn't when my son was born and I was in my head. It wasn't when my daughter was born and I was resentful of the mother. No.
Yeah.
It was when I lost my identity, which was tied to the work that I did, what I had built up until that point. What I had built up. So, yeah, essentially.
So what I'm getting is that what really helped you and maybe what we can take from this, we need community of friends we can count on.
Yes.
That's me. And then both parents can't really be hard-headed. Because I feel like if both of you are stubborn or if the mother of your children was not patient with you, you probably be still butting heads, trying to.
I'd say this about that. More of my guy, make sure the mother of your kids is intelligent enough to understand nuance. If she's dumb, that's why you're unhappy. Because I happen to have a woman who is intelligent, who understood nuance.
Yeah.
So she knew when to be strong and knew when to chill out. She knew when to come off like a warrior and like with butt heads really severely, knowing that, number one, okay, cool, we're butting heads, but it's because I know this is how I get through to him.
Yeah.
Right? Also, she knew when to trust me to sort of figure it out. Exactly.
So now, both of you are definitely different people, different parenting styles. You've grown up differently. You've seen a different, your household, you grew up in a single mother household. Your wife, the mother of your children, you say she's a bit more balanced. How do you guys agree on a co-parenting style? Does everyone do their own thing? My kids come to my place?
No, we talk, and we talk a lot. Yo, I should show you, we talk a lot. Actually, an unbelievable amount. I'm sorry, I've just seen something. An unbelievable amount of time. We talk a lot. I get the kids. Something has happened, I'll inform her.
Yeah.
I get the kids, or even before the kids came, we had a whole conversation around parenting styles.
Yeah.
I'm very strict. She's mom. She's cuddly. I'll hold you. I'll kiss you. I'll, blow into your belly. I love you. We'll have fun. You're safe here. I'm like, my nigga, man, I'm throwing you in the pool. Like, I'll be with you, but I'm throwing you in the pool.
Yeah.
You'll swim. You'll still take on some water, but you'll survive because I'm here with you, right? That's number one. So I'll give you the chance to fail. I'll be there with a safety net, but I'll give you the chance to fail. I'm also very strict. Very, very strict.
Yeah.
We talk about these things. Even with my wife. Like, we will sit down, me, mother, my kids, and my wife, and be like, okay, cool, you had seen this behavior. Just help me explain this to Ruth. Help me explain this to Ruth. You said what you saw. Ruth will tell you, how about this and this? My wife will be like, because my wife is also like, my wife's called, interesting enough, Kami. Kami will tell me she's just like Ruth in the sense that soft, cuddly, friendly. That's not me. Like, yo, fam, me, I'm a rock. Like, what? Me, I'm a rock.
Yeah.
So it's like, there are times when our parenting styles will clash. There are times when it clashes. I always tell Ruth, I have the best interest of the kids. And she'll tell me, so do I. So let's figure it out. So we'll sit down and have a conversation.
So, either you're very blessed because not everybody has a situation where both your wife and the mother of your children can get along. Did that come naturally, or how did you even introduce dating into this?
Oh, no, I'm just awesome. No, I'm joking. No, I'm joking. Not really. But the thing is this. The minute I get serious, I will have a conversation about my kids. Even before the person I'm dating knows I'm getting to a point of being serious, I'll have a conversation and be like, what do you think of her? Like, you've met her in the house once or twice, what do you think? Then I'll come and tell the person I'm dating, so I'm looking to get serious. What do you think of the mother of my children? What do you think of the children? I always do that, so that by the time, you will never be able to say I was blindsided.
Yeah.
It was a deliberate effort to get you in the room, get you on the same page. Right?
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, if Ruth tells me I don't like her, okay, I'm going to investigate. Like, I trust what you're saying, I'm going to investigate. If my wife tells me, cool, Ruth, there's some static, cool, I'm going to investigate, but I will take it under advisement, right?
Yeah.
But it is a deliberate effort. I don't just pop up with a shorty and be like, yo, so this is my shorty, we are, accepted. I don't do that. That's not how the world runs.
Yeah.
Like, I can't, you can try and ramble through life. Guess what happens to the biggest, baddest lion in the jungle? They have a very short lifespan.
Most people will just go flaunt their new girlfriend to the mother of their children without considering their feelings. But you actually took the time to actually have a conversation about it. So maybe you're not
Because
that
I've done
bad.
that and failed. I've done that.
Yeah.
It doesn't work out. She gets upset. The children notice. Children are like sponges. They
Yeah.
take up the bad energy, and I start wondering, why are the kids always crying when they're in the house? Why are they always crying? Why are they always,
Yeah.
My daughter is talking back at me like, eat, no. Why? You don't normally do this. And then you take a step back, like I said, introspection, and you're like, oh, it's because I'm having issues with your mom. Why am I having issues with your mom? Because the last interaction or the penultimate, the one before that, was me doing this. Then you begin to realize, like, at least have the intelligence to recognize patterns and be like, oh, so this pattern is a problem.
Yeah. So I love that you're a very introspective person. I don't know if all men do that, but maybe this is something more people, not just men, everybody should
Everyone
consider.
should.
Yeah.
And again, I learned it because, again, I got a mentor and my friend. And they told me, I used to be one of those guys who, I don't want to stay at home alone with my thoughts. Right? And then I learned to get comfortable with your own thoughts, because a day is coming when that's all you'll have around you. That is all you will have around you. And there'll be no escape. If you do not like your own thoughts, and you don't like yourself as a person.
Yeah. Okay. What has been the most rewarding part about being a father?
Free love. I don't have to do anything to earn it. It just is. Actually, the love my children have is a guarantee. It is up to me to erode it. It is up to me to erode it. But the love is there. And growing up as I did, not necessarily receiving as much or what I felt was enough, love and attention, having it from the kids for no reason other than we love you. We used to swim around your balls, hear your voice. Now we are here in this world and we just love you because it's like, well, okay, I'll take it. Yeah. I love you too. Like, your smile is genuine. I call and you're happy. Papa, and you're happy. I come to pick you guys up and you're running because you're happy. You're like, from the depths of your soul, you're happy. Do
you now that you are co-parenting, do you sometimes wish that you and the mother of your children worked out just so that you can have more time with them?
No, what I usually tell people is this, and I even told my wife this. No, what I wish is I knew, do not make her carry until you marry. What I mean by that is I love my children. I wish I had them with my wife. Reason being, raising children in two disparate households, it's not easy. Their mother teaches them values that she has. I inculcate my own values, and sometimes they clash, and that is very confusing for children.
The kids,
I wish my children would wake up every morning and I'd had them, take them to the stage for the bus. Their mother used to do that. I don't. You're getting?
Yeah.
Like, I want to be able to tell my kids, like, every evening, let's sit down. I'm from, maybe not every evening, but at least in the morning, let's pray. Because evenings are usually mine. I go to the gym, do my own thing to improve myself as a man. If it's reading books, that's my time. But in the morning, because I'm more of a morning person, in the evening I'm usually just off. In the morning, I want to be able to pray the same way I pray with my wife. We do a benediction every morning. I want to be able to do that with the kids. I want to be able to bless my children, place my hands on the kids and bless them and be like, have a great day, go and conquer your day. Go out and conquer your day. I can't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how do you get your kids to understand this situation? Because I'm sure they see a lot of other children in their school. They have two parents, they live in the same house. Have you tried to explain to them why the situation is how it is?
I mean, in today's world, you don't really have to, because for every married couple, there are like 4 or 5 single parents.
Yeah.
That's the truth, actually, of our generation, right?
Yeah.
We had an explosion of single parents, single parenthood. And for our generation, my daughter will go out, see her friend is in the same situation, because her best friend was in the same situation, and the guy across the street, and the one across the street. And then there is this guy who has both parents, and, at least in her case, she gets to see the mom and I talk.
Yeah.
Like, I've left mom and dad talking. They've told me we are talking, we are figuring things out. We are talking in the living room or outside at the gate. When I'm coming to pick them up, she'll tell me 1, 2, 3, we are talking. So her seeing that makes it a lot easier. And I'm very honest with my daughter. I tell my daughter, listen, I was not the type of man I would wish you to marry when I was at the age where we were getting you. You get?
Yeah.
So right now, like, it's an ongoing conversation. So it's scaled up according to it's age appropriate. When she was young, I was like, yeah, we are not together. Right now, she's 8. She sort of understands a bit more because, like I said, she's very smart. I tell her I was not ready, but we are friends. I usually tell her, even my wife is like, I love your mom, because I usually tell her, like, who do I love? There's like an affirmation we do.
Yeah.
I'm like, who do I love? Me and Dari. And they call my wife Nyam Nyam because she couldn't say Mukami when she was young.
Okay.
So we just said Nyam Nyam, just it's easier. And Nyam Nyam and Mom. I'm like, yes. Dad, do you love Mom? This is now as she got older, as she became cheeky. Like, yeah, I do. Then kiss Mom. I'm like, no, not like that. I love Mom. Mom is my friend. Mom gave me 2 blessings, you and your brother. I'm in love with Mukami. That is my wife. Right?
Yeah.
Respect that. Those are the sort of conversations we have.
That's beautiful. Now, as we wrap up, what does fatherhood mean to you now? Because you've been through a journey of feeling trapped to falling in love with your children. What does being a father mean to you now?
Don't become a father. It's a lot of responsibilities. If you're not ready, if you're not married, don't become a father. A lot of responsibilities. Being a father means being a strong man. Being a strong man means it's multifaceted. Am I able to protect them? That is the most primal of functions of the father. Can I protect them?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Can I provide for them? Yes. Okay. No. Okay, then there's a problem. Then you grow it into the aspect of learning every day. I learn every single day. Tell me about your day. What was the most memorable thing about your day? And my daughter will go on and, or like I said, takes after me. Sometimes her stories make no sense, but I listen and we laugh and it's special. It's a je ne sais quoi. I can't really place my finger on it. I can't really describe it. But it's a special something, right?
Yeah.
With my son just playing on his laptop and smiling up to show me, look at what I've done, with all confidence, seeing how he is. He's not the most confident with other kids around because he knows he's different. I usually tell guys, my son being retarded does not mean he's stupid. Retardation just means he does not achieve the milestones most other children will achieve or have achieved at his age.
Yeah.
Right? Doesn't mean he's stupid. He's aware that he's different. And seeing him being shy with other kids, or when he has his older cousins, he comes alive because he knows I'm in a safe space with boys. Now I can play with boys and kick the ball. I might not be the best at kicking the ball. I'll fall over, but we laugh and play, right? Or my dad is here and he'll hold my hand and bring me to one of his friends and be like, this is, take my hand and be like, because he can't talk. He's like,
yeah.
And I shake the friend's hands and he'll do this and I'll lift him up. He'll point at the friend. I'll lift them both up, bounce them around. It's like,
Yeah.
It's special. For me, it made me realize maybe there's more to life than just serving myself. just serving my most carnal of urges, maybe there's more to life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like fatherhood has really, really changed you in a good way, even though you keep saying that you're a bastard.
No, the reason I keep saying that is because I have to remind, it's like when you're an alcoholic, you aren't fully healed. Right?
Yeah.
You have to keep reminding yourself, I have this disease, I'm an alcoholic.
Yeah. Just
If I fall off, I'm back to being an alcoholic. So I need to be mindful every step of the way.
Yeah.
If I own the beast that's inside me, it can never break through the cage and own me again.
Yeah.
Listen to me being poetic, but you get the point.
Yeah.
Hey.
And as we finally close off, what advice do you have for people who are in a co-parenting situation?
Love the children more than you love yourself. That will allow you to even put the other partners, the other parents' bullshit to the side. You see past it and you're able to say, okay, look, I get it. We have a problem. Let's first focus on the kids. Being able to do that, because you're focused on the children, being able to say, I know we are not seeing eye to eye. Let's shelve it for now. We'll revisit later. Let's focus on the kids. That has saved me so much headache. So much headache. It's like, there are things I'll do that will upset the mother of my kids. There are things I'll do that upset my wife, or they'll get upset at each other. And it's almost like, guys, put it aside. Let's focus on the kids. Once they're gone, we'll address it. And by the time the kids are asleep or they're out playing and we address it, even the temperatures have cooled down.
Yeah.
Yeah. All of the anger it's mellowed. So even when we have that conversation, you have the conversation where it's like, we don't have to yell at each other, because even then, the boy runs in or the girl runs in. It's like,
Yeah.
oh my, okay, chill. That's.
I have to ask, is apologizing, actually saying, sorry, I did this wrong, a thing? Or do you just brush it off? How important is it to actually apologize and say, I'm sorry, I did this wrong, and I realize I'll do better?
You know, in the dance of power, you're told never to apologize.
No, this is after you've calmed down.
Yeah, but in the dance of power, you're told never to apologize.
Okay.
However, this is not about the dance of power.
Yeah.
This is about the kids. So there are two types of people. There's a type of person who'll be told, I'm sorry, and it's like instantly, it's cool, I forgive you, let's move on. And there's the type of person who you'll tell, I'm sorry, and they'll try and lord it over you. Right? Be discerning. If actually, let me just say this. If there's anything you'll take home from today, the moral of the story is be deliberate. Being deliberate means knowing who you're dealing with. If I know the person I'm dealing with, if I apologize, they use it against me, find a better way to deal with it. Because the unfortunate truth is not everyone is balanced.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if I had a child or children with a woman who was as imbalanced as I am, as fucked up as I am? I'd be raising the next running psychopaths. You're getting?
Yeah.
If you're deliberate about it, you're able to tell, okay, cool, this is just who I'm dealing with.
Yeah.
So let me maneuver around dealing with this individual, because I know people. I could recommend for you people who have the shittiest marriages or relationships in terms of co-parenting. I could recommend them to you, and there's an instance that even comes to mind where the woman uses the kids as a weapon.
Yeah.
Right? Be deliberate about it. And the unfortunate truth of being deliberate means own your decision. Sometimes you'll have to walk away. If you realize and you recognize this woman abuses a child because they know it gets to me, walk away. Leave the door open that when the child is older, they can come and look for you, and you have the evidence and the truth to show them.
Yeah.
But walk away, because sometimes me walking away is what will keep that child alive and safe. Right? But be deliberate. When it happens, don't start making excuses. Own your decision. Own your decision. But if you can, please be in your children's lives. We are better together. I always tell my wife this. We are better together. And for the sake of the children, it's that much more important that we are together.
Okay. I think that was a very good episode. And I honestly enjoyed the conversation. And I swear we could have talked more. There's a lot more I would have wanted to ask. Maybe he'll come back
Oh,
2
yeah, most
years
def.
later when the kids are older.
Most def, most def.
Yeah, so thank you, Chim.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so maybe once again you can plug us on where we can find you and what you actually do.
Oh, yeah, so I have like a podcast network I'm setting up. There is the Crib Sheet, which is essentially giving a voice to single parents that they can share their stories. And there is Based. Based is like a masculinity channel. We discuss relationships. Based is essentially focused on making men the best version of themselves without the politically correct pretenses. Crib Sheet, be the best parent you can be. Learn to be the best parent, share your ideas, create a community as well. That's what it's about.
And we can find this on YouTube.
Yes, you can. YouTube, IG, TikTok, all those good places.
I'll make sure to link them down below. So for now, I think we can say goodbye. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And if you'd like to be featured on the podcast, I will leave my email address below, and you can either DM me on my Instagram, which I'll also link below at Jomboro, and we can talk.